Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know it takes a few minutes usually for YouTube to let people know that I am live. Yeah, because it doesn't even let me know. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Let me just check if my guest is coming. So if you watch the replay of this video, just there we go. And if you watch the replay of this video, hello.
Hi.
Hi, sister. How are you?
I'm okay, Sissy. How are you?
Mommy, can I say hello?
I have a guest here,
You have a guest. Hey. Which guest? Let's see.
Asa.
Asa.
Hello.
Hello, Asa. How are you,
I'm
sweet?
good. I'm good.
You good?
She wants
Oh,
to be
so
inside.
beautiful. Hey,
Okay.
Asa.
Okay, then you can go.
Who my head?
Your hair is beautiful. I saw it.
Hey, I saw. Collecting our own compliments.
Yeah, hey. She's
We
not
love.
even waiting. So, unfortunately, her dad just left. And
Oh.
I'm taking a picture.
no, wait, baby. So, she's with me. I asked Uncle, she doesn't want to go to Uncle. And
Mm,
she promised that she wants his stepdad.
we'll see. She
Yeah.
might
So
confuse
far, she's doing well.
it. How are you?
Your tongue is blue.
Okay.
No, your tongue is green.
It's because I'm good. I'm a bit hungry. I just came back, literally just came back from Asa. She was doing her hair. So I came straight here so that I can join in. So I've been busy eating scopas.
Yo, when
I am eating stock seed,
Asa, you are not part of their life.
but I love stock seed.
Yeah, it's good for you.
It's good for me.
Yeah, mommy's waking.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody. We've had a beautiful start already.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting start. Yes, that's how life is. That's how life is. We just roll with how it goes. I'm a bit nervous because I don't know why I get nervous, especially like in the beginning when I do a live. I'm a little bit nervous, but it will go away just now because I enjoy doing lives. So my wonderful guest is such a beautiful woman. And when I say beautiful, I mean not just outside, definitely not just outside, but inside too. And we haven't met, like physically met, but if you meet on social media, I think that's still meeting, you know. And honestly, the I think I mentioned this in the like one of your questions that you asked. And usually my experience is with people that speak on parenting especially and relationships and it always feels so, you know, it always feels
Yeah.
I'm here and you guys are here and y'all must just listen to us, and it made me like I was like, oh no, I don't really have, you know, I'm really hard on myself. I don't want to listen to another lady that is going to make me feel bad about being a mother, you know, or being a wife, or being a sister,
I
or being
get.
a daughter. So maybe I should just like skip past. And then but I was intrigued because you kept on popping up, and your comments were always so encouraging to other people on YouTube, because that's how I came across you first time around.
Yes.
Maybe maybe it's not that bad, you know. look and I went to go and snoop, and I was like, oh no, it's really not like that, you know. It is really uplifting. It's really encouraging. And I would always find myself giggling at things and your experiences that you share, because a lot of myself I can see in what you share, and it was so relatable. So I ask you the difficult question of tell
Yeah.
us about yourself, but in an aspect of like, how is this woman able to help us as mothers, as daughters, as wives, as parents, as every role that we play as women, but still, you know, you correct us, but you correct us with love. And I wanna know what kind of woman that takes. Like, who woman?
I think, yeah, no, I get you. I think for me, I've always been that person who's what a cheerleader for the underdog in a
Yeah.
way. And as a young person, I always felt like a lot of women were not given the support that they deserved, and society will judge them, they will show them their mistakes. So
Mm-hmm.
when I did my degree, I did not want to add to that. I actually want to remove the shame.
Yeah.
Hence, I am so intentional about speaking about the challenging things, the things that we hide, the things that makes us feel like, yo, I'm a bad mom, yo, I'm a bad wife, or whatever, in the corner. That is why I'm so intentional about talking about them, but creating a safe space. I wanted to create a safe space where people can be seen, where different people can be seen and celebrated and know that they are doing well. So that's a big thing about me. I call myself an encourager. I
Yes.
think, yeah, I'm an encourager everywhere. And even if I'm correcting you, I will correct you in love. I will correct you with gentleness, because I don't believe that you need to be rude in order to correct people. I remember
Yeah.
having a conversation with my mom already. I was that child, like, you don't need to scream at me. Just tell me,
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
me, and I will listen. I'm sure that if you talk to me, I'm going to listen to you. But if you
Mhm.
scream at me, I won't hear what you are saying.
Yeah.
So, hence my content. I don't want to scream at people. I want to share, and I don't want to make myself, as much as I'll say I'm a parenting expert, but I will always include myself, because we are all learning, we are all unlearning. Hence,
Yes.
I share my own life experiences to show that even if you have the degree, parenting will, hey, parenting will challenge you.
Yeah.
Actually, human relations will challenge you. There's no experts. We are
Yeah.
just experts because we have the qualification, but
Yeah.
we continue to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. True. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I think that is why so many people like take in your advice, and so many people engage with you, because they don't feel like it is like a naughty corner session. Yes, sometimes it is, but it's not the way you sit in the naughty corner and you know, you shout at yourself again. It's more
Yeah. Yeah.
really realizing like, okay, I can do better in this area, right? How did you come up, and maybe it's a bit of a strange question, but how did you come up with the idea of unlearning?
I think it came to me actually, because for me, I didn't even think about it as unlearning.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me sharing my experiences, sharing some of the things I've always seen, and I wanted to talk about it. So, the aspect that was important for me was having honest conversations. And I felt like, as black and brown people, that was something that we are not used to. Instead of tackling the difficult issues, we will either hide or we will talk behind each other's backs.
Yes, yes,
So I wanted to create that platform and say, and as I was continuing, I would say, okay, we used to do this, but now I chose differently, or I
yes,
chose to unlearn from it.
yes,
Hence the unlearning. I think it actually found me. So I was busy, and it was like, no, actually, and I think because of content, they will always
mm,
say, eh, what are you talking about? So for me, I'm not talking about parenting only, but
Mm,
my focus is on the individual. So it's about you healing,
mm,
learning new ways, and learning the old and finding your what is true to you. So yeah.
yeah, true. So I just, for me, we're just gonna like basically start with parenting. I don't know why, but I feel like we need to start with parenting. And
That's
it's one of the things where I saw how my parents parented, but there was never a discussion about this is how you, like, this is what a parent needs to do. This is what you, I just took like what I saw from them, because there wasn't like a formal discussion where it was like, to be a good parent, you need to provide for your kids. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to discipline, but discipline with love. Um,
mm, mm.
there wasn't a formal discussion like that. So I want to know from you, if it was me before I was a parent or before I became a mother, what would you tell me? Like things that I should prepare about myself, about Logracia. What would you tell me that I need to prepare as an individual before even taking on the task of becoming a parent?
That's actually a good question. So I think a lot of us, we are in a hurry to parent without even being sure if we will be good parents. So I love the honesty of saying, like, we don't even have conversation about it.
Mm,
Even with partners, I talk about
mm,
me and my husband that we wanted a child, but
mm.
looking back, there was no need for us to have a child at that time because I was not employed. My
Mm,
husband, like his business was shaky. We were
yeah,
staying with our in laws. So if you look at it, it was not really the most ideal environment to bring a child. But
yes,
we were not thinking about that child. We were thinking about ourselves that hey, we love each other. And the next step is, baby, let's bring
yeah.
someone who looks like you and me. And, you know, so yeah, so
I,
yeah, so I
I,
would say that it's important to know yourself first and be okay with who you are before you
yes,
even start thinking about a child. Then
yes,
after that, think about, are you ready for that child? What are
mm,
you going to give that child? You know,
mm,
because I feel like as a society, we never really consider if we are worthy of our kids,
mm,
because
mm.
some of us are not worthy of our kids. They are
True,
just there. We
true.
just got them because it happened. But
Mm,
if we were to be honest, we were not meant to be parents because of how we are parenting our kids. So
sure.
you will need to know that, are you worthy of
Mm,
those of that child? Is your partner worthy of that child? Sometimes
mm,
we have kids with people who are not supposed to be parents because of their character, but
yes,
we don't even think about that child to, yo, I'm going to take my child through this person, through
yes,
this trauma. So for me, it all starts with knowing who you are and knowing your why. Why do you want that child?
yes.
Is it to fill some gap? You know,
Mm,
is it
mm,
to prove to people that, oh, actually, I can have kids?
true.
Because it is a thing, you know, like as you grow and age, people start asking questions, and it's like, oh, you don't have a child. So next
Mm,
thing is like, okay, I need to have a child so that people can see that there's nothing wrong with me.
yes, sure. I didn't even expect that answer. Like, okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but that has me thinking, like, because I have also been reflecting on my journey as a mother. I feel like I'm a better mother now than I was in my 20s. And yes, we can't change things, and yes,
Yeah,
you can't go back, but you can fix where you are right now and do better, right? But I know for a fact that I'm probably the best mother that I would ever be right now, and I'm 40. And
I
if
get
I,
you.
like, I'm more patient, I'm kinder, I am more loving. Like, I'm not scared to show my love. And you'll ask, like, how are you scared to show your love to your child? But there was a part of me that was scared. And I just I feel more prepared. I feel more sure of myself as a woman, and that I know that makes me a better mother. So I could have
Yeah,
relate to what you said about we could have waited a little bit longer, and it wouldn't have made a difference. But it would have made a difference to my child's experience
Exactly.
of me as a mother if I waited a little bit longer. Um,
Yeah.
that's and as you say, we still don't have these conversations, even with our husbands or partners or wherever we find ourselves at whatever point in life we find ourselves, we still don't have a sober conversation about are we ready for these kids. We still don't look at men and be like, if you're causing me so much drama, are you gonna cause a child so much drama?
Exactly.
And that's often what I ask, like, did you not see that he was not a nice person? Like
I think sometimes we do see,
we
and it comes back to the point that I'm saying that sometimes we think the child is going to fix their relationship. A
mm,
lot of us, like growing up, I remember a lot of adults, they used to have a child because they think it's going to mend their relationship or it's going to help their marriage to be stronger. And even families, like elders, they will encourage you that have a child,
mm,
have a child. The child is going to help you, or you focus on the child instead of busy nagging your husband. So sometimes it goes back to our intention for having these kids. It's
yes.
more about us than them. We
Mm,
never really consider. And I think that is why I get annoyed when people say that kids just grow. Kids don't grow. They just don't grow.
no,
They
they don't.
just
They don't.
no.
They don't.
And
Yes,
the
they.
kids that just grow, they end
Mm,
up being traumatized because no
yes,
one was intentional about them.
exactly, exactly. They really, really, really do get traumatized. So I just wanted to say to our viewers, hi y'all. Hi y'all. If y'all have a question, if any of you have a question, just pop it or a comment, just pop it in the comments. We're able to see. This is a discussion between all of us. I'm just the person that's
Yes.
talking at this point in time. But yes, I that is truly one of the things that I appreciate of you. Like that that response of like, are you worthy of having a child? Like I'll never do
Yes.
that because that is, and even with the kids here now, we
Mm,
can
mm,
still do better, and still
exactly.
of like, am I worthy to parent this child in this moment? Like am I
Yes.
worthy for what I need to do? And if I feel like I'm not, what can I do better? Because I think that is what we always have to strive for, to do better and to be better, not just for them but for ourselves as well, right?
Exactly.
the Yeah, there was something that you spoke about our parents, and it's something that I honestly thought that I was crazy for thinking that way and for telling others that. I had a discussion with one of my friends the other day, and I said the exact same thing to her. I said our parents did the best with what they had, and we doing the best with what we had, and by us doing our best all the time with what we have right now, our what we have is more than what our parents had, and that's why it looks like
Yes.
parents. But it's just that we have access to more. It doesn't necessarily make us better parents because you can have access to more and still not use it effectively. And
Yeah.
because we that onto our children, they're gonna be better parents. Hopefully they're gonna be better parents because they're seeing better from us. And but the reason why I take that from there is because my relationship with my parents, and I'm saying both of them together because they won, right, has not
Mm,
all like rosy because I there was a time where we just clashed. Let's just call us a spade a spade. Like we did not
yeah.
agree on things. And in my adult life, I found that I needed to, in order for me to be a better parent, I needed to forgive my parents,
Mm,
and also
mm, mm.
that at the time, the decisions that they made were based on what they knew, and it was the best thing for them, and
Yeah.
for me. you know, because there's some things that I didn't listen to them that backfired, and there's something where I didn't listen to them, and I'm like, you see, I made the right choice. But
Yeah.
but
No,
I
I
just want
get it.
I just want you to perhaps touch on that thinking, like where that thinking comes from.
You know, this week, me and Oki, that's my eldest, we were fighting. He's a teenager. He's 16. He thinks he knows everything, and he thinks that no, he feels like I'm too much. He even
Mm,
said on the video that we did that
mm,
his dad is more understanding.
yes.
So we were fighting about he wanted to go. He went to a party today. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to take you there. So he's like, he wanted to request and go there.
Mm,
He's like, no, why? Why? I'm like, there's nothing wrong. It's not like I'm saying I'm going to stay with you.
yes.
But oh, I also wanted their number so that I can call them, call the parents and check what's happening. So he was not impressed. So
Yes.
I'm just confirming what you are saying. For
Mm,
him, he feels like I'm too much.
yes.
But when he's older and he has his own children, he will understand where I come from. And I'm being too much based on my own experiences when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I I wanted, there was a part of me that wished, because I did not have my father. I
Mm-hmm.
wish there were days I wanted a father who was going to say, hey, don't talk to my daughter, or who was going to say, I'm going with you there, or who
Yes.
was it,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I remember there was a time there was a fight or something, and I said to my mom, the reason why these people are disrespecting us is because there is no man in our
Yeah.
home.
Mm,
And unfortunately, society is like that.
mm,
When there is no male presence in the house, they usually take advantage. So
yes.
I wanted that. I wish for that, but he feels like I'm being too much. So
Mm,
for me, I do not blame our parents for some of their decisions. Like, I openly said that my mom used to smack me at the beginning until
mm,
I told her no, you can't. But
yes.
that's what she knew. That's what I remember seeing my grandparents doing that to her after
Yes.
she had me. So
Sure.
that is what she knew. So
Yes.
that is the only way she thought that, okay, in order to discipline Joey, I need to do this way. So
Mm,
I had to stop. And when I had Oki, I continued.
yes.
As
Yeah.
much as I hated it
Yes.
when it was done to me, I
Yes.
continued because that is what, like, my subconscious knew, that when you discipline a child, you have to beat them or to
Mm,
smack them or
mm,
whatever.
mm,
So I had to ask for forgiveness from Ogi. I
mm,
actually apologized to him and acknowledged that I was wrong. And I had to make a decision that going forward, I'm not going to do that to my kids. One
mm,
day, when they have their own kids, they will go back and say, yeah, but when are you used to do this?
yes.
But at least you ask for forgiveness. So we are not going to do it at all. So we
Yes.
need to give each other grace, especially if we are willing to unlearn and
Mm,
learn new ways.
mm,
So our parents, and things were hectic. They did not have lives. Like,
no.
they didn't have what we have right now. There was no YouTube for them where Joey and Gracia can say to them that, okay, as a parent, you can do things differently. All they knew is what they gave us. And we
Yes.
need to give them compassion and understand. And also, the climate politically was very
Mm,
different.
mm,
Like, they did not have rights. Violence
yes.
was the culture at that time.
Yes.
So it makes sense why, when they came back to their houses, they will use violence, because that
Yes.
is what was given to them outside.
Yes, yes. And many a times they were treated like children outside, and the only place where they could be adults was in their home. And the only way that they knew how to be an adult was to be this, hard and perhaps
Exactly.
cold or violent or, dismissive of all these
Yes.
things. And I think often we forget,
Yeah,
you know,
we do.
we,
We
we
do.
forget, we forget.
Especially as the old generation,
Woo,
we do forget. We
we,
we can be very judgmental, and
we,
like, I would have done things better and differently.
yeah.
but forgetting that it's easy to say it now because you are not in that environment.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I can just say, like, for myself, even as someone that is not
I'm
employed.
talking with my eyes because Javi's asking for something, but so I'm trying to talk with my eyes. Hmm? Okay. So like he is so he's asking for money. My husband. So I'm like I'm looking at him, but sorry, Sissy. It is the realities of having families.
It's how it goes. It's how it goes.
Momo,
Yeah.
Asa, go to bed. Go to bed.
No, but that's taking the sun out.
Okay, sharp. Okay. I at least daddy's here, so it's fine. They will sort themselves out.
She'll keep daddy busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I really love your kids. I really, really do. Um,
Thank you.
this,
I think
this,
for me,
yeah.
maybe you'll ask me in the content creation. I was very intentional. I remember even with my lives on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram because I've been doing them for a long time. One of
Yeah.
the things I've said from the beginning, or when I have guests and then their kids will come and they will be apologizing. So I'll always say, you can't be apologizing. You have kids. You have kids, so you can't be apologizing for your kids. And the reality is that you are supposed to be home with them, but
Yeah.
instead you are busy with
Yeah.
Joey. So,
Yeah.
and I don't like it. I know other people will be like, oh, gentle parents. But yeah, but I'm
No, but
okay with it. Yeah,
it's the
because I remember for us, they used to dismiss us as kids. Like when they had guests, it would be like you are not
you
supposed
must
to even
sit in the room
breathe.
and be quiet and sit in the room, but it's not my guests. So why must I keep quiet? Like, why
And
must
why are you hiding me? Am
why are
I
you
a dirty
telling
secret?
me? This is
Why
my house.
must I be?
I must tiptoe past to the kitchen to go get water. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I think it is beautiful when kids are not um like they're not told to keep quiet all the time. You know, there's a time
yeah,
and for everything, but this is their time. Like we literally coming into their safe space and now we still want them to keep quiet. Like, no ma'am, you the visitor. I'm not the visitor. So yeah.
no, I'm like that,
Yeah.
and they would understand. There are times I'm like, okay, especially especially if I knew
Hmm.
like this one. Unfortunately, Oki had to go there, and the plans changed, but. They know when I'm not with them, especially if Auntie Bongi's around or someone else, they will be with that person. So now we had to
Yeah.
improvise.
No
Yeah.
problem. Problem. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that I can, from your videos and from your content, I pick up behavior very easily, even though people don't say anything. And I've noticed that your kids are very free, but they have boundaries, and you can see that they're disciplined, but they are free. And I think as
Yeah,
parents, that is a very difficult, like it's a very difficult
I
balance.
know.
It's really
I
difficult,
know. I
because we
know.
actively have to pull it in when they overstep a bit, but you also need to let it slide sometimes so that they can express themselves and not be scared to express themselves. And I struggle with that. Like, so two of my siblings are younger, right? And when we grew up, me and my brother grew up at home, or when we were at home as younger kids, we spoke Afrikaans to my parents. Like we were English at school and Afrikaans at home. And in Afrikaans, it's more, how do I put it? It's a harsher language, right? It was very aggressive, especially if you are if you speak it. So you can pick up immediately when someone is aggressive, and I'm sure you can pick that up in other languages as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you speak to your parents or you speak to an adult, your tone changes so that it's not aggressive, because it can be misconstrued as rude. But my younger brother and sister, they speak just English to my parents, and their English is too rough, man. It just
No,
guys.
I get you.
Like, and I think that I, even with our kids, like when they speak, sometimes I'm like, you said you. Why are you saying you? You understand? And I think it's also unlearning and unhearing
Yeah,
those things,
yeah.
not disrespect. But how do you set healthy boundaries for your kids?
Here is really not an easy one, Sisi. I because also of how I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm Mupedi. So
Mm.
in Pedi culture, we use plural when we talk to older people.
Okay.
So we will say we instead of
Yeah.
you. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then English doesn't have that. English like you.
You.
I'm talking to you, you know. So it wasn't easy for me, honestly. It wasn't easy. I had to. I think my husband is better because he's the one who will say it's English, baby, and
Yeah.
also because English they are very assertive and yeah. While
Yeah.
with us, we were taught to be timid, to be
Mm.
shy, and in your shell, like.
Mm.
But I think because it's my wish for my kids. I want them to be confident. I want them to go out there and be able to show up fully as themselves. I don't want people to come and bully them because
Yes.
I taught them that their voice is not important. So
Yes.
it's important for my kids to say no. And that
Mm.
means they must start saying no to me.
Yeah.
They can't practice it outside. They must practice it with me, their mother, and say, Mama, no. Or they
Yeah.
must ask me questions for why, and I don't like why. But yay, if I want them to go out there and when someone says to them, Asa, do one, two, three, and I want her to be able to say why, I
Mm.
must allow her to ask why with me. And
Mm.
I can't say because I said so. I need to give her a reason. And I think that's the challenge for a lot of parents that you want your kids to be confident outside, but you
Mm.
don't want them to be confident inside. And
Yeah.
there's no way. It has to start here. And I also think about peer pressure. If they
Mm.
are able to say no to me, I'm expecting that they will be able to say no to people outside, to their friends when they say, okay, try what, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So it has to come from here inside, knowing that okay, my voice matters, my feelings matters,
Mm.
people are interested, but also understanding that you need to respect other people and also other people need to respect you. Like I
Mm.
respect them as individuals.
Yes.
And I think because my mom was able to give me that, like
Mm.
she used to listen to me. I will talk to her, she will listen to me, we will come up with solutions together. So I've seen how it helped me. I once shared that when I came to Joburg, I was not confused. You know how they will say when you come to Joburg, what? I was not
Yeah.
confused. I knew who
Yeah.
I was.
Yes.
When I remember I would go out with my friends, we would go to clubs and whatever. But
Mm.
I would be like, I'm bored. I want to go back to the room. So I will
Yes.
go back to my flat around 8 o'clock and
Yes.
sleep,
Yes.
read my book and sleep. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I already knew who I was. I knew my
Mm.
values. I knew what I
Yes.
liked. And
Mm.
I was able to see these things when I was with my mom in a safe space.
Yes.
So I know it is scary. It is scary for me too. But we need to trust that the lessons we are teaching them,
Yes.
yeah, will have them outside. But you're not, I'm very big on respect. Like
Yes.
my kids, everyone that is older than them that comes here is auntie or
Mm.
uncle mama.
Mm.
They don't call anyone by name. I
Mm.
because that's how I grew up. So I
Yes.
don't understand it. So they call literally everyone's like uncle mama, auntie
Yes.
what because it's important for me for them
Yes.
to respect everyone. And
Yes.
even when I have people who are working for us,
Mm.
they understand that they are not working for you guys. They are helping you, but they are
Yes.
not working for you. They are just
Yes.
helping you. They are making life easy for you, but they
True.
are you are not the employer.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, so they know that okay, Auntie Bongi's here, but she's not here for you.
Yes.
So and they know that they should be grateful for what she is doing for them
Mm.
because I explained that she left her kids and she's
Yes.
taking care of you. So it's never that thing that where they feel entitled or where they feel like they can look down on other people because
Yes.
I'm not that mother.
Yeah.
And I think you see with our
Yes.
interactions and everything. So I'm like, sometimes Oki will talk to me. I'm like, excuse me, who are you talking to? And he's like, was it too much, Mama? And I'm like, yeah, okay, Mama, I'm sorry, I forgot myself. I'm like, okay, no, I understand.
Yeah, we also have those conversations, especially with this child. Um, Sometimes, sometimes I also need to remember, like I also need to bring myself back and be like, you want a confident child. You want a child that is able to, speak up and not swallow
Yeah,
their. And they are going to do it with you because where else are they going to practice? Where else are they going to learn? But at this,
exactly.
they also still need to stay respectful. Like
Yeah.
there's no place to be rude. Honestly, there's no place. Like I'm not negotiating. There I can be.
No, I get you.
I'm a tough parent on that. Like
No,
you
I
have
get you, Sissy. I'm the same too because
yeah
yeah, and also I feel like there is room for us to have honest conversations without
yes
being rude or insulting each other.
yes
So
yes
I want to teach them that.
yes. And I'm still your parent. Like I'm still your parent, and you can to your friends the way you want to, but you also have to be respectful to your friends. But yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
your mother. So there's one thing that I want to touch on, and that is
Okay.
but your conversation with your sister-in-law the other day, your sister-in-love, um,
Yes.
today, and it was a very interesting conversation. Like I was like busy having, and I listened to you guys while I was at the gym, walking on the treadmill, and I realized, but like you at the gym, imagine, because I was like, like I'm here in my house, but I was like afterwards, like ugh, I'm sure those people didn't even. And it was a beautiful conversation, I must say. It was very genuine. It was not it I didn't see it as content, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna ask that and I'm gonna ask that and this. It was a true adult loving conversation. And I was like, you know what? Most times we don't see this.
Yeah.
We don't see healthy relationships between two two or between families. Yeah, between,
Yeah. Yeah.
we often exposed to just the bad mother-in-law or the um sister-in-laws that don't like me, and I'm blessed as well to have a very good relationship with my in-laws. But there was something that I don't think or we don't speak about enough, and that is the part that I want to highlight, is the aspect of covering from your husband. um I know that that is definitely true for us, even though
Yeah.
that, how can I say I think it's a boundary that your husband needs
Yeah.
to set. And
Mm.
of all the stories I've heard, it is the lack of that specific boundary. Was it always like that for you, or was it? And you can choose to how you want to
No,
answer,
it's fine.
because
It's
I know
okay.
that there's
It's
other.
yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah.
So on my was it that video? I think it was on that video where I shared about how I went on a fed up leave. That I actually,
Mm,
yeah, it was on that
mm,
video. So
mm.
because I remember a
Yeah,
few people were
yeah.
like, fed up leave, they are called. So actually, what happened? I actually left my husband.
Mhm.
For me, I thought we broke up. For him, he thought I'm on a fed up leave. I'm coming back. So I left, and one of the reasons why I felt I was leaving, I felt that he was not setting boundaries, and
Mm.
he was not putting me first, and he
Yeah,
was not making it clear for
yeah,
everyone that Joey comes first.
yes.
So I left. Then I had my son Ogi, so
Mhm.
I took Ogi home,
Mhm.
and then home is Bilabila Limpopo. So my mom was still alive. I left
Mhm.
Ogi there. Then I came back to Joburg. So he thought I'm coming back to him. I didn't come
Yeah.
back to him. I got a place I was renting. Then he asked one of the uncles, his
Mhm.
uncle and the wife, to come and speak to me. They came. I was at work. And they were like, no, you need to come back. And I said, I'm not coming back. And
Mm.
when they asked, I told them that
Yes.
I feel he is not putting me first. He's
Mm.
not, there are no clear boundaries, especially with me and my sister in laws.
Yes.
So they need to know that I come first, and I don't think he's doing that. He's not
Yes.
protecting me.
Mm.
You, ha! Oh my gosh. Asa just said to me, her tummy is sore. She needs money. No,
Asa, my tummy is also so like.
like, no. You know, okay, I'll deal with Asa after. So, okay. Yeah. I, okay, so going back to my story, I'm sorry everyone who's on the live. Yeah, I didn't expect it. So I was like, I'm not coming back because for me, I felt that he needs to set clear boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because we were staying, all of us staying together, it was not for him. He continued. It was like he's continuing with his normal routine, just
Yes.
that now he's got a wife and a
Mm.
child. But
Mm.
he didn't expect anything, didn't really change for him.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm done. Until that's what I shared, that my
Yes.
sister-in-law, Cindy, is the one who told me that Mama, my late
Mm.
mother-in-law, was admitted. She was actually admitted. So
Yes.
that's when we started talking.
Mm.
Then, as we were talking, I went to see Mama. Then when I came back, we had an honest conversation. I
Yes.
told him how I felt. I told him that I felt he's not, it needs to be clear. Everyone needs to know that I come first. Everyone needs to know that when it comes, they can't touch me. They can't
Yes.
touch Oki.
Yes.
So he apologized, and then he also made it clear to me that please, next time when I get angry, I must not leave, because, and it was actually a good point. He said that the thing is that you get used to it. It becomes your
Your
habit as a
default.
couple,
Yes.
that you
Yes.
break up, you come back together, you break up. So I was like, okay, no, I'm sorry about that, but when I come back, it's for good. And when
Yes.
I came back, it was really different, Sissy. Like
Mm.
till today,
That's good.
everyone knows that you can't touch Joey. They
Yes.
know. They know
Yes.
that if you want to be in his good books, you need to come via Joey. And I think a lot of husbands, they don't do that.
They
And
don't.
they get to enjoy their wife's affection and their family's affection. Then the wife and the family in law, they are the one who fight each other. Because
Yes.
I was saying that it's very rare to hear like my family, they
Yeah.
don't have expectation of my husband.
Mm.
Like son-in-laws, they, no one is saying you're the son-in-law, they are fighting with their father-in-law. It never happens, because
No.
as wives we cover them. When your
Yes.
husband doesn't come to a function, you say no, he's busy doing what,
Yeah.
and no one will question. We
No.
always cover them. So our
Yes.
husbands, sometimes they don't cover us. They're like, where's your wife? I don't know. Or she's at home with the kids, like just like that, instead of saying no, she couldn't come because she's busy, so
Yes.
that is why I'm here. And
Yes.
also the expectation, especially in the black culture, that as a wife you have to go teaser. That means you must come and be this
And
domestic
yes.
goddess and show
Yes.
all this thing and move the chairs and everything. And because I'm stubborn in my own way, I was like, I'm not about that. I'm not going to do it. And I was fine with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I think those are some of the things that I'm hoping that we will unlearn. Like I always say to Ogi that one day when you get married, you can't say to my daughter-in-law that my mom used to clean and what, because you'll be
No.
lying.
You'll be like,
Yeah, so you must say that my mom used to attend events and she will have lives. She had a YouTube channel
yeah.
and she will look nice and she will be present emotionally. But yeah, so that is
Mommy,
that is what I wanted
Mommy,
to talk about.
what We see Kulu.
Yeah, we'll go and see her.
Because he's my baby sister.
She
And
is.
he was hating.
But now you are disturbing me.
But I want.
No, you'll go to your father. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
Asa.
thing about Asa. She loves the camera. She can't help herself. Every day she's recording
Uh-uh.
herself. Yeah, she's. I was even laughing last time. She's like, Dumelang. So that's how I talk. So it's like, okay, guys.
Yes. Oh, these kids, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I agree with you. The boundaries is a massive, massive, massive thing. And we do, as women, we do cover our husbands
Yes.
to
Mm.
do that. Like I when you said it, because I didn't even realize that is exactly what I was doing. But I believe that everyone knows, like, you don't mess with my husband. You don't come and talk nonsense.
Yes.
You're not going to do. And no one taught me to do that. But I suppose they need to be taught. They need to be
Yeah.
pushed a little bit to say, like, this is what I need. This is what I need for you to do. And I think it's so, so important. And the Bible says, after all, that we leave and we cleave. So you have to leave that side and you have to come this side to come in. It's not like you're never ever gonna go back to your family, but you have to hold on to. You have to attach yourself to do that. And the thing where you said about your husband saying, like, when you get upset, not to leave, because I used to be like that, especially like in the early days. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "What? I know my worth. Bags packed.
I
I go.
yo.
Want to
No,
leave.
I was that girl, Sissy. I was that girl. And I realized later when the Lord was convicting me that I was actually wrong.
Yeah,
Because I used to have this pride thing, that even if he leaves, I can move on. Even if he leaves, you know what? Yeah, it's not the end of the world. And I remember, especially when I had my mom was still alive. I
mm,
had this arrogance that as long as my mom is here,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
okay. I'm good. I don't need anyone else, which was completely wrong. So I only woke up later that no, that is not a spirit that comes from God. That,
yeah,
yeah,
yes, yes. True. And I know for myself it was definitely from pride, because it would be like, I don't need you. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my child. I
hmm,
like, what are
yeah.
you to the table? Because I am this gift.
No, exactly. And I think on our anniversary video, I
Mm,
spoke about that
mm,
society, they make us feel as if women, we are perfect.
yeah.
And men are so blessed to have us. So
Mm,
sometimes we become arrogant and we
yeah.
forget that we have our own faults. I remember when I will
Mm,
share some of the things I don't like my husband doing, and I will tell him, and he will always say to me, "But I don't get it. I accept you as you are. I don't. I'm not busy out here criticizing you and whatnot." And I'll be like, "I've never asked you to. I've never asked you to. So if yes, so if when you don't want to share my faults, it doesn't
mm,
mean that I can share your faults." But I realized that no, that is so wrong. And he's right, Sissy. I'm not perfect. But I think in my mind, I thought I'm perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I know. Like, I'm laughing because I know I also needed to be delivered from that thinking.
Yeah.
And it's not once off, because sometimes
No.
you can easily slip back into that old thinking and think that, well, I can't be the
Yeah.
problem. It's not
Mm.
me. But yet, the both of us, you know? Um, yeah. Yeah. I think I've gotten everything out of this conversation that I wanted to get out. I don't know if anyone has any questions, or if you have any um, words that you want to leave us with. Anything
Oh,
whatsoever.
really? Okay. Um, no, I think for me, I I even did a vlog after our conversation because I think what I really appreciated, I even told you that
Yes.
you reminded me to prioritize what is important, because I think sometimes, especially for me, starting YouTube,
Mm.
with Instagram, I think I'm more better there because
Yeah.
I know my community, I know what's happening. So YouTube is like it's a new thing. I'm trying to understand it and all this thing. And I think it consumed me in a way.
Yeah.
So hearing you saying, I'm sorry guys, if my family needs me right now, I'm out. I'm gone.
I
No, and no, that really spoke to me. That really spoke to me and reminded me that I need to check what is important for me, because I think sometimes we forget, especially with multiple streams of income and all these things, that you can get consumed by those things. And yeah, like our conversation, it was like, yeah, God was talking to me. So I think I'm just saying to someone out there who's feeling like me, where you feel like I need to make this income, I need to do this,
yeah.
you are allowed to take a break. You are allowed to say to rest. You are allowed to decide what success looks like. You know,
Oh, mm.
because so many of us, like, like I know personally, for me, success, it does not look like owning a Louis Vuitton bag. That's
Mm.
not success for me. But
Mm.
because everyone will be showing you and saying, yo, when you have it, it means you have made it, we
Mm.
end up just wanting that even if you don't want it,
Yes. True.
just because someone
True.
else. So I think I had to remember, what does success looks like for me. And for me, it looks like me sleeping nicely. I love my sleep. I
Me
need
too.
to sleep. Auntie Bongi was saying, they were talking about me with the kids, that yo, your mom sleeps. Eh? I sleep. Like, I sleep. Even I have a screen time. My screen locks at 9 o'clock. Nine
Yes.
o'clock, 9 until 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if you send me a message or whatever, I'll see you tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
that's how much I value my sleep. So,
And it's right. It's right. It's so I just wanted to say like that that realization is something that I've been working on, struggling with for a long time because I'm the kind of person that's always there for everybody. Or I've in my
yeah,
recent years, I felt that that is the role that I need to play because that's what, not having a job. So I can be there.
yeah,
I reached a point of burnout and it wasn't physical burnout, it was emotional burnout where I had to push back and I had to not respond to messages immediately because I'm like, it used to be when you message me, I respond. Like, if you need something,
that's me. Yo,
and I
sis,
just needed
that
to
is me.
I couldn't anymore. Like I couldn't because I was showing up for everybody, but I was not showing up for the people that I was responsible for showing up. And a there was something that my son said. He said to me, "Mommy, when you have your phone in your hand and like you busy on your phone and your knees are locked, I know you can't hear me." And I was like, "No, you're lying." He's like, I know you can't hear me. Like when you are in that position, I know for a fact you can't hear me. I can
Uh,
burn down or, you can't hear me. And they proved it to me one day. Like he spoke to me and I didn't hear anything he said. And when I finally realized that someone was talking to me, he said to me, I just proved now. And my husband was standing there. Like, I just proved to you now that you didn't hear what I said. And I was like, no, guys, y'all never spoke to me. And they're like, we spoke to you. We were standing and speaking to you for almost 5 minutes
yeah.
and you didn't hear us. And
Mm,
I felt so bad because I was like, I have been asking God for the opportunity to be at home and to be present with my family. And He gave me that, and He still gives it to me every single day. But yeah, I am choosing something else. And it's always the next thing. And I think I don't know. Honestly, I still try to snap
No, I
out of,
get you.
you know, like for like this week, I actually the past few weeks I haven't been feeling well physically, and I don't want to go onto social media every time and be like, oh guys, I'm gonna take a break. Or, like I just,
Mm-hmm.
like I just, it's fine. Like I'll tell you afterwards if I feel like it or
No,
whatever. And
no, I
um,
get you.
so I would just disappear, and I know for a fact that that's not good for the algorithm, and that's not good for being consistent, and it's not good for all of those things. But like, if I'm being consistent but I'm empty, what am I doing it for? Like, and
Uh,
being empty, like I've been running on like empty, and I just have enough for the people that I am staying with, and to go and show up there and not give my best or not give even what is good enough. I know for a fact that in 2 weeks time I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna be like, why did you even post this? You could have just like, you could have just left it and then you can just come back. And I think we need to have a place where, yes, um ambition is needed and all of those things.
mm-hmm.
Race to woman, where because we play all these parts in our lives, like it's okay. Like if you don't show up today, it's okay. The world is not gonna crumble.
Yeah,
If you don't go to work because you're not feeling physically well, the company's still gonna be there tomorrow. And I
that
never
was my
go to work.
yo.
You know?
That was my aha moment, especially with going to work because I was one of those people. I will go to work sick. Like even now, if I ask for leave, I will feel bad. I will feel guilty. And I have to talk to myself that why are you feeling guilty? You are not lying. You are not doing anything wrong. And my boss has been trying to make me, it's like, yo, when I every month you are on leave and what. And I'm like, but it's genuine leave. It's not like, don't you want someone when I'm here, I will show up. But
Yeah.
if I need to. So I totally get you. And I think that's my concern about technology. As great as it is, it can consume us. And I say to my kids, because you know how kids are when you tell them about technology, like, ah, mom. So I will always use myself as an example. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you see, I'm struggling to manage it, and I'm an adult. How much more for you guys?
Yes.
What you are saying, I find myself sometimes I'll be busy. When I'm focused, I know myself. When I'm focused, I shut everything out,
Yes. Yes.
which becomes unfair on my kids because they'll be
Yes.
talking to me and
Mm,
I can't hear what they are saying. Even if
mm,
I'm watching TV, like when I'm
yes.
watching TV, I zone out. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it shows that these things, they somehow, they were designed in that
Right.
way. There's something in them that just pulls you. So I have screen time lock because if I did not have it, you mentioned something, Cece, and I'm like, I used to be those people, and I still have to remind myself that because I always have data, it doesn't mean that I'm accessible. It doesn't mean that I must be online. So I used to be those people when you send me a WhatsApp, immediate response. When you send me what immediate, and because I'm that person, but I had to also understand that it's not the end of the world. If this person is an emergency, they will call. They will
They'll go.
actually call if it's an emergency. So if it's an SMS, it means that when I'm ready, I can respond. But it's not an easy thing because as someone who loves helping, I must remind, like, I feel bad for you. But then the problem is that I end up not showing up for the people who are around me and
Yes.
showing up for people who are very far from me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that again. It's just a confirmation of the conversations I've been having with myself.
Yes. No, we can't, like, yeah. There's just it's not enough. It's not enough. Like
Yeah,
I even had to tell my friends and set the boundaries with people that I message. Like, if I send you a message, don't feel obligated to respond immediately, because I I would then look and see like, you're online, but you haven't responded to me. Like, why? 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 But then I was like, but Gracia, you're being silly because it's a mess.
yeah,
Really needed that person at that point in time, you could have picked up the phone and called them. And maybe this person is busy, maybe or maybe they don't have capacity to answer you, maybe
That
they
is
don't
so
have
true.
a response. And sometimes I find that I don't have a response to your message, like it doesn't mean that I don't want to answer you. It's just that what you're asking of me, I can't do that right now. Or I,
And no, I get you, Sissy. And thank you for sharing that, because I think for me, I used to judge other people based
yes,
on my own capacity.
yes,
But in the past few months, my
mm,
schedule has been busier than usual. And I will
yes,
find myself not having responded to a message a week
yes,
later or 2 weeks later. So,
yes,
which made me understand that sometimes people are busy because, and sometimes people don't have capacity. I remember talking to someone that honestly, I even posted on my WhatsApp status that I do not have capacity to text. If you need to talk to me, call me. I do not have capacity to
yes,
text a message. I
yes,
just call. At least it's direct. I can
yes,
just talk and share
yes,
whatever.
yes.
So thank you for sharing that. And it just reminded me. Now I'm taking over your interview. It
Ah,
reminded me of your YouTube video, the one where you were apologizing to other content
mm,
creators of
mm,
their expectation.
mm,
And I really appreciated your video, even though I even said to you, you don't need to apologize. I think it's just human nature, you know.
yeah,
And I think I'm still struggling with it, because for
yeah,
me, I'm a as I said, I'm an encourager. So
yeah,
I'm a supporter. How
yeah,
I show love is by
yeah,
supporting others.
yeah,
So, but the reality is that I am one person, and sometimes I don't have capacity to watch everyone's video, and I don't watch what to watch without really commenting. You
yes,
see how I comment? I
yeah,
comment as I watch and what. So then
yes.
I feel bad to just play it, and so yeah. So your video,
Thing.
it was freeing, but I'm not yet there.
I'm struggling. And for me, the biggest thing out of that video was to say that because I show up for you, I no longer expect you to show up for me.
I
Do you
know,
understand? So
yeah,
it's okay. I understand because even I'm busy. Like, and even I
yeah,
do, but I release you from that expectation. So when you see my name on your video or you see me subscribe to your channel, please don't feel like you need to come and do the same for me.
I
And
remember.
since then, it has been. I've actually I've actually watched more videos now. One because I feel free because I know that now you don't have to come and run to my channel to come and watch my video or whatever. And
Yeah, yeah,
a comment, I like the video. And if I don't leave a comment, I also still feel free because I feel freer then because you're not even gonna know that I watched the video. Do you understand? So it's
yeah, yeah,
that on you to be like, oh, Logracia commented. When last was I at the channel? Brrr, now you must now leave everything and you must run here and you must come and comment. And I just wanted to release everyone of that. But I also released myself of that
yeah,
expectation to show up for everybody. And it's impossible, It's impossible for me to stay consistent, be a good mother, be a good wife, have food in the cupboard, like to stay on top of all my things plus watch
yeah,
everybody's video. And it's not fair, it's really not fair on people. And I think we also need to like be fair on ourselves. So now when I watch your video and I comment on your video, if you don't come back to come and watch my video, it's okay.
yeah.
It's not like, oh, she commented, now I need to go and leave a quick comment there. And I can tell when people don't watch the full video. I don't know how I know, but I know. And it's not about like leaving 50 million comments, whatever.
Mm, mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You understand?
I think
You,
as you continue, and which is wrong, as you continue in this platform, you can see, and I think you can see people who are also really for you, and people who are
yeah,
trying to be for you, but it's not easy, you
it's
know.
not. Yes, it's like, oh, I subscribe now. I don't know if I must unsubscribe or if I must stop watching. And I just wanted
Yeah.
everybody of that, and that is the biggest reason for that video. Like it was just to
I,
say,
I really appreciated it. And I think for me, it's always interesting hearing from other people,
Mm,
learning from other people. Because
mm,
when you are in your corner, you can see things in
yeah,
a certain way. But then when you hear other people's experiences, they allow you to see, oh, it's not
yeah.
always black and white, or it's not always that
Cool.
straightforward. uh, because when I was doing my collab with Niza Bay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one of the things she said, and it really stuck out for me, she was like, you do like, she's one of those people who will watch the full video. For
Yeah.
sure, she will watch the full video,
Yes.
but she's not that person who will be like commenting lots of
Yes.
things or
Yes.
maybe whatever.
Yes.
Then she was like, there are people who fast forward and go to but I'm like, that is so much work. Why? Like, and I think that's what I shared about social media, that you, it's about integrity for yourself. The sorry, and as I'm saying this, yesterday I was so excited. I was so proud of myself. I was telling Auntie Bungi that, because I was like, when I look at the different collabs that I've had, I see me
Yes.
throughout. I am
Yes.
the same Joey. I'm not changing because
Yes.
I'm talking to a big YouTuber or I'm talking to a small
Yes.
YouTuber. My values are consistent, my beliefs are consistent, what I stand for. So I was so proud of myself. Like, I was so excited. I think that, no, I am me.
Yes.
Everywhere I am me. So yeah. So I
Yes.
think it's about that. And I think that that is why you've done that video, because you know who you are and you are
Yes.
able to say, this is me
Yes.
and this is what I stand for.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's okay if you think I'm crazy, because I also think I'm crazy. Like it's okay if you think that. I don't mind, but I
But
just need.
yeah, but the
I just
things of God, the things of God looks crazy for the world.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It looks
That is
very.
why I have to continue to remind myself, hey, don't leave God behind, because it's very easy to be so consumed with what the algorithm is saying, what the experts are saying, what everyone is saying you must do, but then you forget that what is God saying.
Mm,
And sometimes what God is saying can be completely different from what everyone else is saying. And sometimes it's not easy. So I have to remind myself always about the one, for
that's
the
where
one.
right now. That is where I am right now. That is the 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 struggle.
Yeah.
Like it's my constant back and forth. My constant back and forth because I'm like, God, but is it gonna do well? And then it's like, but it's not about is it gonna do well. It might just be for that one person. That's it. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me now.
Yeah.
Without even knowing. Yeah, you just spoke. Because there's like, how do I put this? There's a direction that I believe I'm being pulled into. And I've been kicking and screaming against it for probably like almost a year and a half. And I go a bit and then it do what I think it needs to do. And then I pull back. And
Yeah.
you have just told me something. you have just, yeah, you've just said something. Yeah, I don't. That's God because we've never spoken about it, and I'm sure you like what's this woman on about. But there's a certain direction, or there's certain things that God wants me to speak about, and I've been holding back,
Yeah.
and because I feel like but it's that sounds a bit crazy, And then you say the things of God will always sound crazy to other people.
No, they do. They
Yeah.
do. Even for to us, like, you're like,
So,
are you sure? Are you sure
yeah.
you're sure? You know? But the peace
Yeah.
that comes with knowing that this is him,
Yes.
is
Yes.
better than everything else. Yeah.
True. True. True.
Yeah.
And I say, as someone that watches your videos, your collaborations, all of that, what you're seeing about you consistently being yourself, that is the absolute truth. Because often when people are in different settings with different people, like they
Yeah.
change, they they the story changes, and me, I pick up on those things. Like I listen because I listen. When
Yes.
I pick it up immediately because I'll be like, you never said that. Because you
I'm that.
understand?
I'm that person.
Yeah. Like, why are you lying? And it's not, and the thing is that, yes, maybe your opinion changes or your stance changes on something, whatever. But I know that when someone doesn't lie, they can always say, I thought about it this way, or I used to say, this is,
Yeah.
but now after inspecting, this is what it is. So, yeah. Yeah, some people do change up when they are in different cities.
Yeah. No, these streets
Yo,
are
and these streets are wild.
no, these streets are like I think social media can really, if you are not careful, make you to be
Mm,
someone you're not. You must continuously check that is this me,
yes.
or or am I doing it for monetization? But I still want it. I want to be
I'm
monetized. Knows.
like monetized. I'm not gonna. I want this
Yeah.
since 300, 5,000, whatever it is that is being gotten here. I want it for myself. I'm not gonna put like,
No,
nah.
that's me, Sissy. I'm there. I'm
uh,
there.
Give me my coins. I've been
Please.
waiting so long. So on that note, if you are not subscribed to to our channels, please consider,
Please.
and please watch the videos. Like
Yes.
watch the videos. Like watch the videos. It's you're going to enjoy it. You know, I think
Exactly.
it takes a lot out of a person to just post a video that is just it's just
Yeah. No,
a
you
lot
are right.
to
We
enjoy.
do think about it like,
We
okay.
do, Tim. We do. We
Yeah.
think we spend a lot of time thinking about these things, putting it together, and doing it and showing up.
Yeah.
So if you guys are not subscribed, go and
Please do.
please do. Please do.
Yeah.
So with that, my sis, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I do appreciate this. I really, really, really do appreciate this. Thank you for coming on to my, and here's Niza. How are we going
Hi,
now?
bye bye, Nisa. We
Ah,
are leaving. You are very late, but she's always late.
is it?
Eh? Auntie Ntswaki.
I don't know her name.
You don't know her name. You will know her.
You'll know her. You'll know her.
Yeah.
She's gonna come to your house when your house is when you're like moved in. She's gonna come visit you.
Ish, I can't wait, sis. I can't wait for that.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Often I'm gonna see you guys soon. Don't worry. No, you're not. No, we're not attacking you.
No,
Sorry.
we are just gently calling you out. It's all from love. I'm kidding.
But I don't.
No, but thank you so.
It's not a problem.
No, we understand. Saturdays are hectic, eh?
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Saturdays. Saturdays are like I literally got out of bed, into the shower, came and started the live because I was in bed all day. I was like, I'm not making food. I'm not making tea. I'm resting today. I am resting.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't want to
I
hear.
actually need that.
I, yeah, mommy. I don't want nothing. I just want to rest. And they've
I
been
need.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But
Okay.
thank you, Joey, for being here. Thank you to everybody that was on the live with us, whether it was for 2 minutes or the entire 74 minutes. Hi, we're happy.
Thank you.
We're
It is.
happy.
It is talking about nice things. They make us glow.
But thank you
No,
so
it is my pleasure. Thank you for
thank you.
inviting me. I think it's always nice for me to be on the other side because
Mm,
usually I'm the one who's busy asking the questions. So it's very nice to be the one who's sharing. Yes, I also love that.
thank you,
Thank you
Algra.
so much.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember, if you have not subscribed to our channels, please go and subscribe. and watch like 5 videos so that we know you're there, so that we know you're walking with us, you're journeying with us. Our ultimate goal is to be monetized. So if you enjoyed this live, share it with somebody else and encourage them to subscribe as well. That's how we
Yeah.
grow. We need each other. So thanks,
Yes.
Joey, for pouring into us, for making space for us, for seeing us and being gentle with us. I appreciate it.
It is my absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Asa, do you want to say bye bye? She's saying bye bye sitting there. She has the
Is that,
money for her tummy.
oh, she has.
Bye. Mom,